Some red light therapy panels cost $1,400. Others cost $50. Both advertise 660 nanometers and 850 nanometers. So what exactly are you paying for, and what are you throwing away? A wrong wavelength combination literally does nothing for you. I pulled 5 panels, judged on LED count and irradiance, wavelength accuracy, coverage area, and price-to-performance ratio from real owner reports and published specs. Out of dozens on Amazon, only these 5 are worth your time. One budget pick genuinely surprised me. Let's find yours, $1,399. That is what Houga is asking for the ULTRA1500. 300 quad-chip LEDs, 4 wavelengths, 630, 660, 810, and 850 nanometers. Pulse mode, brightness control, full body coverage. On paper, it sounds like the endgame panel. Here's the problem. At that price, it needs to be embarrassingly better than the mid-tier options in this lineup. Many owners with a 4.4 out of 5 from 185 reviews seem satisfied. But satisfied and worth $1,400 are two very different things. If you are a serious daily user who wants every wavelength in one panel and will not compromise on build, this is your ceiling pick. Everyone else should keep watching. At $51.29, the Vaikou Nord makes a familiar promise. 660 nanometers and 850 nanometers, same wavelength combo as panels costing 3 times as much. So what exactly are you giving up? Honestly, more than the price gap suggests. The research picture here is thin. No published irradiance numbers, no certified output data we could pin down. A 4.4-star rating across 753 reviews is decent. But ratings without hard specs only tell you people liked the unboxing experience. If you need measurable, consistent daily dosing, that missing data is a real problem. The stand-included design is genuinely convenient for occasional spot use. But convenience is not a therapy protocol. Budget shoppers who want a casual, low-commitment intro to red light therapy can consider it. Anyone serious about results should spend more. At $303, the best cool better justify that price tag with something real. 4 wavelengths, 100 dual-chip LEDs, 160 watts, modular design. On paper, that is a meaningful spec jump. But specs on a box and specs that translate to outcomes are two very different things. Here is what the 4-wavelength setup actually promises you. Broader tissue coverage across different penetration depths. That is a legitimate advantage over single-frequency panels, assuming the power density backs it up. The 160 watts and dual-chip LED construction suggest it does. Modular design is also genuinely useful if you want to chain panels for full-body coverage later without buying a whole new unit. Owners rate it 4.7 out of 5 across 466 reviews, which is a credible signal. The honest gap here is limited third-party verification on actual irradiance output. If those specs hold up under measurement, this earns its price. If they do not, you just paid a premium for marketing language. Buyers who want multi-wavelength flexibility and room to expand should take a serious look. But the next pick reframes what serious actually looks like. At $149, the Houga HG200 costs 2.5 times the rank 1 pick. That math only works if the gap in usability is real. So here's what you actually get. 40 LEDs, the 2 core wavelengths, 660 nanometers red and 850 nanometers near infrared, a built-in timer, and an adjustable stand. The stand matters more than it sounds. Holding a panel for 10 minutes gets old fast. Set it, step back, done. That is the pitch. And honestly, for a buyer who wants a dedicated hands-free session without rigging a DIY mount, the HG200 delivers exactly that. The 4.3-star rating across 504 reviews suggests most buyers are not disappointed. But here is the friction. Those LEDs and those wavelengths exist on cheaper panels too. You are paying the premium almost entirely for the stand and the build. If you already have a mounting solution, the value case thins out quickly. Best for someone who wants a clean, no-fuss setup out of the box. So here's where the ranking gets interesting. The XMZ large panel promises 660 nanometers and 850 nanometers coverage, ships with protective glasses included, and lands at $53.99. That price-to-panel size ratio is genuinely hard to argue with on paper. And with 353 reviews sitting at 4.4 stars, there is real-world volume behind it. That is not a handful of launch day ratings. Here's the honest caveat, though. The underlying spec data for this one is thin. We can confirm the dual wavelengths and the accessories bundle, but independent irradiance numbers and verified penetration depth testing? Not available. So the question you have to ask yourself is whether 353 buyers at 4.4 stars is enough signal. For most people at this price point, it probably is. This is the pick for someone who wants a full-body panel, wants the glasses included on day one, and does not want to spend past $54 doing it. Just go in knowing you are trusting buyer consensus more than lab data. And that brings us to our number one pick. So here is the price-to-performance stack, straight. The Vaikou Nord earns its spot only if $54 is your hard ceiling. Above that, the XMZ pulls ahead on dual wavelength irradiance per dollar. It is not close. The Best Cool adds 2 extra wavelengths, but many owners report the real-world skin-deep gains do not justify the jump. Both Hougas beat them on panel size, but the full-body version costs significantly more. Diminishing returns hit hard past the mid-tier. The XMZ sits right before that cliff. Here is the tier structure. Budget, Vaikou Nord. Mid-tier sweet spot, Houga HG300. Premium, Best Cool's 4-wavelength panel. And the best overall, XMZ. More expensive did not win. More wavelengths, better irradiance, honest price, that is what won. All 5 panels are linked below. Check current prices, pick your tier, and let me know in the comments which one you're going with.